Good morning. Good morning, Jim. How are you today?
Hi. Good morning.
You are available today. You are available today. You are free today.
Yes. No. You.
Then I will invite somebody to come. And also, okay.
这个还是不行呢。
What happened?
Oh, the night.
So can you see my screen? Can you see it?
好，把它关。
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I think we stopped here tonight. Yeah, yesterday. So actually, yesterday we learned here, it is important to know that when we accept reality as it is, it doesn't necessarily mean that we stop taking action in the world, or we become meditating, pacifists. Actually, the opposite can be true. When we're free to act without being driven by unconscious motives, then it is possible to act in alignment with the Tao. So, yes, if we are free to act without being driven by the unconscious motives, then so it is possible to act in alignment with the Tao, with the full force of our inner energy behind, with the full force of our inner energy behind us. Yes, we just use the inner energy fully. So yesterday we also learned this paragraph, and how let's check it. And so good morning. Oh, good afternoon, Christina. Good morning, Alice.
Good afternoon.
Aline and Jean, and also Ellie. Now, Christina, would you like to read it in this paragraph? Okay, we can go ahead from here.
Yep, many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything, a war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves.
Yes, exactly. Now it's your turn, Aline. You would like to read it?
Okay. And many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything. A war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, Aline, you did it so well. Thank you. And your time, Alice, you please.
Okay. Yeah. Many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything, a war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves. Thank you. Yeah, Enid.
Yes, thank you so much for your excellent reading just now. I didn't turn on my mic, sorry. All right, yeah, and the next one is, yeah, Jin, you please.
Oh, okay. Many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything. A war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves.
Perfect, yes, thank you so much, Jim. And your time, Ellie. Yeah, you please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything, a war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Ellie. I will read it. Many will argue that in order to change the world and bring about peace, so we need to fight harder against our perceived enemies. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It just creates more of what you don't want. These days, there is a war against everything. A war against terror, a war against disease, a war against hunger. Every war is actually a war against ourselves. Yeah. In this paragraph, it says it follows that yes, Samadhi is what? Samadhi is ultimately a dropping of all inner resistance. This is a Samadhi. And actually, if you didn't draw off all inner resistance, there is a war and various kinds of wars, such as you see the war against everything, yeah, a war against terror. And yeah, in the name of terror, we need to fight for somebody of some countries. So actually, yeah, it make wars. Yeah, it make a war against disease and a war against hunger. So actually, these are the excuses actually make more serious problems. And from the law, what kind of law? Cause and effect, we can see that every war is actually a war against ourselves. Yeah, what you receive, what you reap is, yeah, just you have planted in the past. So in this way, you say every war is actually a war against ourselves. Now, Christina, you please go ahead for a new paragraph.
Okay, so the fight is part of a collective delusion. We say that we want peace, but we continue to elect leaders who engage in war. We lie to ourselves saying that we are for human rights, but continue to buy products made in sweatshops. We say we want clean air, but we continue to pollute. We want science to cure us of cancer, but won't change our self-destructive habitual behaviors that make us more likely to be sick. We delude ourselves that we are promoting a better life. We don't want to see our hidden parts that are condoning suffering and death.
Yeah, so perfect. Thank you so much. On your time, Aline.
Okay. The flight is part of a collective delusion.
Sorry,
We say
excuse me. Yeah, once again. And the second word is
flight.
blind.
Fight.
Okay,
Flight.
yes. Yes, once again, you please.
How to read it?
Yes, you're right. Right. Yeah, fight, not flight. Flight, it means plan and such as, yes, fight.
Okay. The fight is part of a collective delusion. We say that we want peace, but we continue to elect leaders who engage in war. We lie to ourselves, thinking that we are not for human rights, but continue to buy products made in sweet shops. We say we want clean air, but we continue to pollute. We want science to cure us of cancer, but don't change our self-destructive habitual behaviors that make us more likely to be sick. We delude ourselves that we are promoting a better life. We don't want to see our hidden paths and are condoning suffering and death. Okay, thank you.
Yes. We don't want to see our hidden paths that are condoning suffering and death. Exactly. So yesterday, I think we have read here and some examples we discussed, such as greedy desire for food, something in that way. All right, and your time, Alice, you please to read it again.
Okay. The fight is part of collective delusion. We say that we want peace, but we continue to elect leaders who engage in war. We lie to ourselves, saying that we are for human rights, but continue to buy products made in sweatshops. We say we want clean air, but we continue to pollute. We want science to cure us of cancer, but we want to change our self-destructive habitual behaviors that make us more likely to be sick. We delude ourselves that we are promoting a better life. We don't want to see our hidden paths that are condoning suffering and death. Okay,
yes, condoning suffering and death, exactly. That are creating or condoning. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Now is your time, Jim. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. The fight is part of a collective delusion. We say that we want peace, but we continue to elect leaders who engage in war. We lie to ourselves, saying that we are for human rights, but continue to buy products made in sweatshops. We say we want clear air, but we continue to pollute. We want science to cure us of cancer, but want to change our self-destructive habitual behaviors that make us more likely to be sick. We delude ourselves that we are promoting a better life. We don't want to see our hidden paths that are condoning suffering and death.
Oh, perfect. Yes, thank you so much. I think, because this is the repetition of yesterday's, I think is more easier for us, and everybody did much better than yesterday. So it needs time, and we need to practice more times. Yeah, thank you so much. Now is your time, Ellie, once again.
Okay, thank you. The fight is part of a collective delusion. We say that we want peace, but we continue to elect leaders who engage in war. We lie to ourselves, saying that we are for human rights, but continue to buy products made in sweatshops. We say we want clear air, but we continue to pollute. We want science to cure us of cancer, but won't change our self-destructive habitual behaviors that make us more likely to be sick. We delude ourselves that we are promoting a better life. We don't want to see our hidden parts that are condoning suffering and death. Thank you.
Exactly, perfect. Yeah, especially the last sentence. We don't want to see our hidden past that are condoning suffering days. Yes, in Shivangama's future, it says, yeah, not in Shivangama's future, maybe in the complete enlightenment future. 圆觉经当中说的就是菩萨为因，众生为果，但是我们这个时候是不为因的，只是为果。也 because 就是要躲避这个因。Hidden paths actually, hidden paths actually are coming from, coming from, our desire, craving for something, from here. Actually, we don't want to see this because this will cause suffering and death. We don't want to see this and we ignore this. Actually, and for the Bodhisattvas, the person who is in practicing, actually, they need to pay more attention to the hidden paths and to remove all the bad effects from the root, not from the fruit. If you do something, deal with the fruits such as suffering and death, it's really hard. But if you remove it at the first beginning, at the origin, you can pay more attention to the hidden parts and change ourselves. Yes. So that's it. Now let's go ahead with another paragraph. You please, Christina. Christina is still here.
Believe that we can win a war against cancer, hunger, terror, or any enemy that was created by our own thinking and behavior. Actually, let us continue to delude ourselves that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet.
Wow, yeah, so fluently. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, Christina, thank you so much for your reading. Now let's go ahead with Aline, you please.
Okay. The belief that we can win a war against the cancer, hunger, terror, or any enemy that were created by our own thinking and behavior. Actually, let us continue to delude ourselves that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect as well. And your turn, Alice. Alice still here?
Okay. The belief that we can win a war against cancer, hunger, terror, or any enemy that was created by our own thinking and behavior actually lets us continue to delude ourselves that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet. Okay.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, your time. Let's check it. Yeah, Jing, you please.
Okay. They believe that we can win a war against the cancer, hunger, terror, or any enemy that was created by our own thinking and behavior. Actually, let us continue to delude ourselves that we don't have to change the world, that we operate on this planet.
Planet, it means, on this earth. Yeah, on planet means earth. Yeah, planet. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. And your turn, Ellie.
Okay, thank you. The belief that we win a war against cancer, hunger, terror, or any enemy that was created by our own thinking and behavior actually lets us continue to delude ourselves that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet.
Wow, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so you can see. So we just have this belief, we create our own thinking and behavior. And All the belief are just based on our thinking and behavior. Actually, yeah, according to our Buddhism, the thinking of our own is not right? So actually, let us continue to delude ourselves, and that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet. So this, sometimes we just do something, depends on, by our thinking. Actually, the thinking will lead us to cheat us, to delude us more. So to delude ourselves, and that we don't have to change the way that we operate on this planet. It means that we continue to fight, and we continue to raise wars and against it, blah blah, against cancer, hunger, terror, or enemy. Within that big excuse, you see, these are it looks like it seems they are very great. Actually, they create more serious problems, and at the first beginning, they are not right, because against something not you see, Samadhi is what? It's a dropping of inner resistance. These are such kind of war are created from the inner resistance. Actually, they have resistance, so the fight begins. Now let's go ahead with another one. Christina, you go ahead to lead us. Thank you.
So the inner world is where the revolution must take place. Only when we can directly feel the spiral of life within will the outer world come into alignment with the Tao. Until then, anything we will do will add to the chaos already created by the mind.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. And Aline, you should. You please.
Okay. The inner world is where the revolution must first take place. Only when we can directly feel the spirit of life within will the outer world come into alignment with the door. Until then, anything we do will aid to the chores already created by the mind.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. And I think there is a need to check this word. And I think it's a spiral, right?
Yeah.
Spiral. Let's check it together. Spiral.
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 Spiral. You can see actually this is a shape, a shape of a design. Blah blah. Such as
Spiral.
Spiral of life, and another one is chaos.
Oh, chaos.
Say chaos. Chaos. Maybe needs aids. Yes, needs aids. Uncountable. But it's original with chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos. It means in a maze. Lack of order in a maze. Chaos. Let's check. Actually, until then, anything we do will add to the chaos. Actually, it's our world, our planet is in a disorder. But what we do, a war against terror, a war against hunger. Actually, these are not good, but at the chaos already created by the mind. So it's more terrible. Just like it says what night. Actually, the world is a dream, but if we fight over something, and raise the walls, actually we make the dream nightmare. It's much worse. So that's it. Thank you so much, chaos, and also spiral. Aline, thank you so much for your reading. And let's check it. Alice, your time, please. Alice, still here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, okay. The inner world is where the revolution must first take place. Only when we can directly feel the spiral of life within, will the outer world come into alignment with the Tao. Until then, anything we do will add to the chaos already created by the mind. Okay.
Yes. Perfect. Yes, thank you so much. And next one is Jin, you please. The inner world.
The inner world is where the revolution must first take place. Only when we can directly feel the spell of life within will the outer world come into alignment with the Tao. Until then, anything we do will add to the chaos already created by the mind.
Wow, perfect. Yeah, thank you. Well done. And the next one is, Ellie, you please.
Okay, thank you. The inner world is where the revolution must first take place. Only when we can directly feel the spiral of life within will the outside world come into alignment with the Tao. Until then, anything we do will add to the chaos already created by the mind.
Created by the mind. Yes, perfect. Thank you. So not you raise a war against blah blah blah. Yeah, in the outer world. Actually, the inner world is where revolution must take place. It means that we must change. We must raise the revolution within our inner world to change ourselves, especially on the ideal, the view. We need to have the right view at the first beginning, and then make it form, make the right views form. Resolute, you must be resolute, and then practice, repeat to practice, and then to make the things in order. And if inner world is in order, outward everything will be good. And it says only when we directly feel the spiral of life within the outer world come into alignment with the Tao. It means, just in this way, only when we can directly feel the spiral of life within, will the outer will come in alignment with the Tao. It means that every phenomena in the world, in the outer world, is actually the reflection of your inner world. And if we change the outer world, not just directly from the outside, but from the inner side, so that's it. And from the inner world, until now, anything we do will add to the chaos already created by the mind. So sometimes we need to change the effect. We need to change the retribution. We would like to change the retribution, but just just in the way of to change the conditions. Actually, it has not a big effect. It is not good, and sometimes it's in vain. And we need to change the course. We need to change the course, and all the course are from the inner world and from our heart. So, in the future, in the pure conduct, it says we need to, if we want to have obtain some merit and virtue, we need to skillfully to use our hearts. So that's it. Now let's go ahead with another paragraph. Yes. Christina, you please to lead us.
So, war and peace rise together in an endless dance. They are in one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without dark, and up cannot exist without down. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem, and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists.
Yeah, what you resist persists. Perfect. Alice, secondly. Yeah, please, Alice. Hello,
Okay.
Alice. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. War and peace arise together in an endless dance. They are one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without dark, and up cannot exist without down. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem, and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists. Okay.
Yes, yes, perfect, Alice. Until your time, Arlene. Hello,
Okay.
Arlene. Yes.
Yes. War and peace arrive together in an endless dance. We are one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without dark, and the up cannot exist without dawn. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem, and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists.
Yes, perfect. Persists. Yes, perfect.
Thank you.
So actually, you see that the word be as it is, not used to do something, right? Now it's your time. Let's listen to it again. Jin, you please.
Okay. War and peace arise together in an endless dance. They are one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without dark, and up cannot exist without down. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists.
Yes, very interesting, I think, this paragraph. Okay, go ahead with Ellie.
Okay, thank you. War and peace arise together in an endless dance. They are one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without dark, and art cannot exist without dawn. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem, and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Ida, you please.
Okay. War and peace arise together in an endless dance. Then one continue. One half cannot exist without the other, just as light cannot exist without darks, and up cannot exist without dawn. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. The more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that this problem and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what it was trying to solve. What you resist persists.
What you resist persists. Yes, perfect. So
thank
let's go over it. War and peace arise together in an endless dance. It means that they coexist in the world, and so war and peace they coexist in the world. They are one continuum. And if you see the Chinese or Asian Chinese 八卦, yeah, you can see they are one continuum. One half cannot exist without the other. Yeah, cannot exist without the other. It means they need to coexist together, just as light cannot coexist without dark, and up cannot exist without down. Because this is the duality, and it exists as its nature, as their nature. The world seems to want light without darkness, fullness without emptiness, happiness without sadness. This is the people in the world want. Actually, they cannot, and so the more one man gets involved, the more the mind gets involved, the more fragmented the world becomes. It means that we need to remove war and just leave peace, and we need to remove darkness and just leave the lightness, leave the light, brightness. And also we also fight for emptiness and just have the fullness, and we need to remove the sadness and just live happiness. Actually, they are not true. Every solution that comes from the egoic mind is driven by the idea that there is a problem. Yeah, it's driven by the idea. Actually, this idea is somehow not the right one. And just according to one's according one's false thinking, and the solution becomes an even greater problem than what is trying to solve. So all the solutions are originated from our hatred, somehow from our hatred, our resistance. So in that way, the resistance persists. And in this case, in this situation, we cannot enter Samadhi because there is an imbalance in our hearts, and we cannot enter into Samadhi. So let's go ahead with another paragraph. Also, we need you, Christina, to lead us to read it.
So human ingenuity creates new antibiotics only to find nature getting more cunning as bacteria get stronger. Despite our best efforts in the ongoing fight, the prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. The number of hungry people in the world steadily grows, and the number of terrorist attacks worldwide continues to rise.
Yeah, thank you so fast. Yeah, thank you so much. And Alice, your time. Hello, Alice, you still here?
Yes, Enid. Yeah, yeah. I forget how to pronounce this word. Human in what?
Ingenuity. Let's check it together. No worries. I think it's ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Oh, sorry. The stress is on the third syllable, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Oh, sorry, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Ingenuity. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Ingenuity.
Yes.
Ingenuity.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Human ingenuity creates new antibiotics.
Antibiotics. Yeah. Antibiotics. Yeah.
Antibiotics. Only to find nature getting more cunning as bacteria, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, bacteria gets stronger. Yes.
Okay, bacteria gets stronger. Despite our best efforts in the ongoing fight, the prevalence, yeah. The prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. The number of hungry people in the world steadily grows. The number of terrorist attacks worldwide continues to rise.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
yes.
sorry.
So let's check it together. And the first one is ingenuity.
Ingenuity. Ingenuity.
Ingenuity, sometimes as the genius. Yeah, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Ingenuity. And the second one is bacterial. Okay, antibiotics. Antibiotics. I will check it together.
Antibiotic.
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 Antibiotic. Antibiotic.
Antibiotic.
So antibiotics. Cunning. It means crazy, I think. Yeah, cunning. We can check cunning together.
Cunning. Cunning.
Ah, yeah, you see, able to get what you want in a clever way, especially by cheating somebody. And I think in this way, so gets more cunning as bacteria. Bacteria is
Bacteria. Bacteria.
bacteria. Yeah, you see the simplest and the smallest form of life. Yeah, I think you know it. So bacteria. Prevalence. Sorry, prevalence.
Prevalence.
Prevalence, you can see the fact of existing or being very common at a particular time or in a particular place. So this is the prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. The number of hungry people in the world steadily grows. The number of terrorist attack. Terrorist is the adjective form of terror.
Terrorist.
And this I don't think it's a noun. Yeah, here is works as to describe attack, terrorist attacks. Yeah, terrorist attacks. This is the adjective, yeah, a noun to describe attacks. Yeah, terrorist attacks. What continues to rise. Now is your time, Aline. You go ahead with this paragraph again.
Okay. Human ingenuity creates new antibiotics only to find nature getting more kind as the bacteria gets stronger. Despite our best efforts in the ongoing fight, the prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. The number of hungry people in the world steadily grows. The number of terrorist attacks worldwide continues to rise. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, you did it. I think this one is prevalence. Let's check it again. Prevalence, not prevalence. Prevalence.
Prevalence.
Prevalence, it means popular somehow. But it's a noun. It means the fact of existing or being very common at a particular time or in a particular place. This is the prevalence. Now let's go ahead with Alice, Aline, and also Ellie. Your time, please.
Okay. Human ingenuity creates new antibiotics only to find nature getting more cunning. Cunning as bacteria get stronger. Despite our best efforts in the ongoing fight, the prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. The number of human people in the world steadily grows. The number of terrorist attacks worldwide continues to rise.
Yeah, rise is is right. And also this one, terrorist
attacks.
Right?
Yeah.
Attack. Yes, attacks. Terrorist attacks, it means the fighting, the war and created by the terrorist. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for your understanding. And your time, Ida.
Okay. Human ingenuity creates new antibiotics only to find nature getting more cunning and as bacteria get stronger. Disciple our best effects in the ongoing fight. The prevalence of cancer is actually interesting. The number of hungry people in the world steadily grows. The number of terrorist attacks worldwide continue to rise.
Yes. So from this paragraph, we can see that if we just solve the problems in our minds and we think war and hungry, and terrorist terror are the problems. We try to find something to solve. We try to find solutions to solve it. Actually, you can see. Yeah, actually, we cannot. Human ingenuity, it means human wisdom cannot create new antibiotics only to find nature getting more cunning as bacteria gets stronger. It means, if especially in the medicine industry, if some antibiotics created, but some the bacteria has been changed already, and you can and even get stronger, and you always such as the researchers, the doctors, always looking for some way to treat the bacteria. Actually, the bacteria always changing, such as it happens in the COVID-19. Actually, until now, we still cannot find a real treatment to that bacteria. Not one bacteria. Maybe it has been changed, from generations to generations. Maybe many generations. We have no solution actually. But if you know, there are some solutions in the Buddha sutras. It says we need to cultivate the four paths of bodhisattvas, such as four bodhisattva paths, and this is the solution. So just change our inner world, not just to create something and to find some solution from the outward. Otherwise, you are tiredness to, tireless to. It is very hard, and it cannot remove the source, the problem. So despite our efforts in the ongoing fight, especially in the COVID-19, ongoing fight, the prevalence of cancer is actually increasing. And also the bacteria also actually changing, always changing. And you can see the hungry people in the world still grows. So there are, if we create a war where we raise the war to fight against the hunger. Actually, you see, the number of hungry people still grows. It means it cannot solve this problem in the war way, in the way of war. Actually, it cannot solve the problem. The number of terrorist attacks might continue to rise. So yes, there are the solutions. There are solutions depending on the people's idea of thinking. Actually, they cannot remove completely. They cannot uproot the origin. So let's go ahead. So, and we can see the right. So what's wrong with our approach? You please, Christina, to lead us to find out the weakness of our approach. Yes, please.
Yeah, what's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer's apprentice from Goethe's poem, we have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
Yes, great. Yes, so fantastic. Your time, Alice, you please.
Okay, sorry, Enid, there are several words I don't know how to pronounce them. So what? Socorros.
And I think this is a very famous person in the history. Yeah, it's a name. So Christina, is it pronounced like Socorro, right? Hello, Christina.
I pronounce it Goethe. He's a German writer, I think, Goethe.
How do you? So Goethe?
I think so, but there's a German name, so I'm not. I think that's how it's pronounced, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. It's Goethe. Okay, we can follow Christina's pronunciation. So Alice, you got it. So Goethe.
Okay, so oh yeah, so and another word, apprentice. I don't know how to pronounce this word.
Apprentice. It means the disciple.
Oh, disciple. Apprentice.
Oh, sorry, apprentice.
apprentice,
apprentice,
Is the worldly disciple. Actually, it's not the original religion's disciple, apprentice.
apprentice,
Sorry, apprentice.
apprentice,
okay,
Apprentice. And also there is an apprenticeship in, yeah, it's very famous in Australia, such as TAFE course. Yeah, if you take that TAFE course, yeah, it also calls the apprenticeship. Okay, no worries. Apprentice. Okay. Goethe.
apprentice from Goethe,
Goethe. Yeah,
Okay.
Goethe.
Goethe, okay, Goethe, okay, yeah, thank you. What's wrong with our approach? Like the Socrates apprentice from Goethe's poems. We have taken hold of great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. Now it's your time, Aline. Sorry, Aline.
Okay. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer's apprentice from Goethe's poem. We have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, perfect. Okay, and your time, Ellie.
Okay, thank you. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer apprentice from the Goethe poem, we have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
It's proper and purpose.
Role?
Yeah, role. Yes, perfect. Thank you. So you can see the approach has problem, right? Okay, your time, Ida.
Okay. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer's approach take from Goethe's poem. We have taken hold of great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
Yes. So let's do it word by word. What's wrong with our approach? Something wrong with our solution, our approach. Like the Socrates, I don't know, Socrates apprentice from Goethe's poem, and we have taken hold of a great power, but we don't have the wisdom to wield it. Wield it means to use it. Yeah, we have power, but we cannot to use it. Wield, you can see, we can check it together. Wield.
Wield.
Sorry, wield. IE just pronounced like E. Wield. So but we do not have the wisdom to wield it. And you see, and it means to operate it, yeah, to have a power, authority, etc. And you can to hold something ready to use it as a weapon or tool. So to use it, actually to use it, have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the tool that we are using. We don't understand. and we do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose. So yeah, you know, we're blind to many things, but we just take a solution to solve it. How could it be? How is it impossible? How is it possible? Actually, it's wrong way. It's a wrong way. So let's go ahead with tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow we can start here. We can start here and find out what's wrong with it, and also some examples, purpose, and metaphors within this paragraph. And yeah, in the following ones are about the examples. So we need to go ahead tomorrow. Thank you so much for the time. Let's check the. Thank you so much, Ada and Alice, and also Aline and Ellie. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good day.
Thank you. See you.
See you.